In this probability question, we are given three events A, B, C, and their respective values are 0.1, 0.2, and C. Also given to us, A and B are independent events and A and C are mutually exclusive events. If we know that A and B are independent events, I can write down this relation between A and B to be probability of A intersect B equal to probability of A times probability of B. And also, if probability of A and C are mutually exclusive events, I will know that this will give me equal to 0 since there is no overlapping elements between A and C. For part A of this question, we are asked to state the values for the conditional probability A given B. If we have already memorized the property of the conditional probability, if A and B are actually independent of each other, I will know that actually the answer is just equal to probability of A. But let's say if we want to give a bit of working for this part here, this, if we were to break it up using the formula for conditional probability, I'll have A intersect B divided by probability of B. And since A and B are independent events, I can replace this with this. I will have a probability of A times probability of B over probability of B. And this can be cancelled away. So therefore, probability of A given B is just simply equal to probability of A. And since we are given the values for probability of A, I can just write down my answer to be 0.1. Also for our conditional probability of our A given C, if we have already memorized the property, this one actually I will know the answer is just equal to 0. But let's say if we want to give a bit of working, I can break it up again using the formulas for conditional probability. It will just be A intersect C divided by probability of C. And since we are already given the values for A and C equal to 0, since they are mutually exclusive, it will just be 0 divided by the value of C. Probability of C is given to be C, so I'll just write down as divided by C. So therefore, the final answer will just be equal to 0. As for the next part of this question, we are given this particular relation. Probability of A union B is equal to probability of A prime intersect C prime. And we are going to make use of this relation to find the unknown value of C. I'm going to make use of the formula for the union. For A union B is given to be probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersect B. As for this, I can actually rewrite it to be 1 minus probability of A union C. If we were to imagine this on a Venn diagram, since A and C are mutually exclusive, I'll just draw it separately like this. This is A, this is C, and A prime intersect C prime actually is the region that is outside A and C. So this shaded region can be represented as 1 minus probability of A union C. I'm going to write down the next step, which is probability of A plus probability of B. And this, I'm going to break it up using this relation between A and B. Since they are independent, I will have a probability of A times probability of B. And this, I'm going to make use of the formula for the union. I will have a probability of A plus probability of C minus probability of A intersect C. Actually, we already know that this is equal to 0 already since they are mutually exclusive. And I'm going to break out everything and I'm going to sub in those values that we are given. This is just equal to 0.1 and probability of B is 0.2 minus 0.1 times 0.2. And this, if we were to break it up, it will just be 1 minus 0.1, and this will be my unknown C. And I'm going to simplify a bit, so this will end up to be 0.3 minus 0.02, which will give me 0.28, and this will be equal to 0.9 minus C. And making C the subject, I'll get a value of 0.62. In part C of this question, we are asked to find the maximum and minimum possible values of the probability of A prime intersect B prime intersect C prime. I've written down the answer for the previous part, C equal to 0.62. I'm probably going to make use of this result later on. Our first step is to try to illustrate the relation between A, B, C on a Venn diagram first. Since we already know that A intersect C is equal to 0, when I'm drawing the events A and C, I'll be drawing them separately. As for the event B, right, I will be drawing in such a way there will be overlapping region between B, since there's a finite value between A and B intersecting. And I'm also going to draw B to intersect C, because the question did not really mention anything about the relation between B and C. But by default, we should always try to assume that they are intersecting first. So I'm going to draw our event B to overlap both A and C. And if we were to look at what the question wants us to find, which is the probability of A prime intersect B prime intersect C prime, in fact, this is the region that is outside of these three events, which is this region here. And since the question actually wants us to find minimum maximum, so I will expect this value to be varying. And why does it vary? Because there's probably some region in this particular diagram here that is changing. That means some of this region may not be a constant. So when it's changing, actually it will cause the region that is outside to be changing also. Our first task to do for this type of question, right, is to fill up each of this region here with a probability as much as possible. Like for example, I will know that I can compute the value of A intersect B from here, because since we are given the value of probability of A and probability of B, I can going to write down as 0.1 multiplied by 0.2, which will give me a value of 0.02. So here will be 0.02. And with this, right, actually I can also compute the region that is this part here, because A is 0.1, so 0.1 minus 0.02 will give me a value of 0.08. And how about the probability of B intersect C? Then I will realize that actually I have no information that allow us to find this particular unknown region here. So I will know that this is the part that is changing. So when this one is changing, it will also cause overall outside region to be changing also. So this will be the unknown region that I want to find. I want to find how it will vary. I can call this an unknown X. And with this unknown X, right, I can actually try to fill up the rest of this region with in terms of X. Like for example, we know that the probability of C is 0.62 already. I can write down this as 0.62 minus X. And with all these values, right, I can actually write down this region here. Since the probability of B is given to be 0.2, I can actually use 0.2 minus away this, minus away this, which will give me a value of 0.18 minus X. And after this, right, since we have already filled up all these regions already, there's one more region that I need to fill up, which is the one that is outside, which is this particular probability here. So if I were to use 1 minus the rest of this probability here, I will be able to get a value of 0.1 plus X. And now we are going to look at each of this region that is changing. I will know that the region that is changing is this, this, and this. So when X is changing, it will cause this, and this region to be changing. Hence, this region outside to be changing also. And since by the property of probability, I will know that each of this region, the least value that you will get is actually 0. You cannot go below 0. So like for example, I'll know that 0.18 minus X must be greater or equal to 0. This one, X must be greater or equal to 0 also. This one is also greater than 0. And with this, right, I can actually find out the range of values for X that it can take. For the first one, when I make X the subject, I have x lesser or equal to 0.18. This one I'm going to remain as it is. This part here, if I make x the subject, x will be lesser or equal to 0.62. And looking at the values of x that it can vary, this, and putting them together as a whole, I can see that the value of x can only range between 0 and 0.18. We can also use a number line to illustrate the overlapping region between these three. So the final result I will just get is this x is between 0 and 0.18. And since the probability of A prime intersect B prime intersect C prime is equal to 0.1 plus x, I'll just do addition for each of these terms here by 0.1. I will get a 0.1, x plus 0.1, and this is 0.28. And since this is represented by this, I'm going to rewrite this to be probability of A prime intersect B prime intersect C prime. And we can see that the minimum value that this probability can take will be 0.1 and the maximum value will be 0.28. I'm going to just write down one more step here. Maximum value of probability of A prime intersect B prime intersect C prime will just be 0.28. And the minimum value of probability of A prime intersect B prime intersect C prime will just be 0.1.